Oh, what the hell? Cold in here. Guten Morgen. Yum yet. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Oh, God. So much email. What's happening? How's everyone? Okay. We got like two weeks of emails to go through. Oh, God. All right, what is this? All right, I've answered that one. Rowan, like to add a carton of eggs to my delivery description. Can't figure out how to do that on the site. Looking for you. I will take care of that. They want it on their subscription. What's happening, Kansas? Oh, the library's still at my daddy's house. Did I see how Jasmine supported Wesley Bell against Cori Bush? Yes, that changes nothing. I don't know why people thought Jasmine Crockett was super progressive. I could do like a whole blog post on that. The whole Jasmine Crockett thing was not about Jasmine Crockett. It was about who black folks in Texas wanted to be their senator. And when she lost, how her opponent's supporters responded to black people. That's what that was about. No one thinks Jasmine Crockett is progressive. At least black people don't. People only think black people are progressive because we don't want to be shot by the police. Like that's considered radical for some reason. Black people are very centered. Like the black electorate is in the center politically, like very much in the center. Jasmine Crockett wasn't even a member of the squad. Like she's not in that whole like AOC, Cori Bush, Ilhan Omar. Like she's not in that group. She's like a Barack Obama Democrat. So I don't know why anybody would be surprised that she would support Wesley Bell over Cori Bush. Anyway. How are the new hires coming along? Mostly good. If I can send this a little bit more. Let's see. I have 2 minions on the road right now in Baltimore and Annapolis. Let's see how they're doing. We'll open that up. Routes. Jay is just about done. She's delivered 24 out of 25. And Gabby has 2 left. She's almost done. They're doing fantastic. Thank you, Chopper John. President. No, you don't want that. No, you don't want that at all. Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of TikTok. They've been just like randomly taking down my post now. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like not even controversial stuff. Like the one where the guy was like 100% of seeds in the US are GMO. And I'm like, no, they're not. And that gets removed for community guidelines. Like, come on, man. Anyway, yeah, the Jasmine Crockett thing. I'm probably going to do a long form. Since I'm not really posting to TikTok anymore, I might do a long form about that whole thing because I think a lot of people don't seem to understand what that was all about. Yeah, removed it. Like removed, I think 3 of them like in the last couple of weeks. All right, let me find out what's going on with Rowan. We're going to go to apps, subscriptions. We're going to find your name. If I can't find your name, I'm going to find your email address. I have found your name. In your subscription, you have 2 dozen eggs. All right, I will edit that for you because I'm a gentleman. Edit quantity to 3. Save. Hold. Hello on Australia. Would you please explain how a family that has a four-generation farm is still better off, even though the parents paid their parents for the land? I'm not sure I understand the question, honestly. Thoughts on her reaction to the Hassan Piker subpoena? I am not familiar with any of that. It's going to be a workout stream. Yeah, the watermelon was impossible. I picked watermelons that I was pretty sure we weren't going to be able to crush. They weren't quite ripe. They were seedless and they were huge. Because I figured it would be funnier if we couldn't crush the watermelons, right? So, yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Like my legs didn't bruise, but 60% of the time on politics we agree. That's a good percentage. Do I hit up any powwows? Not a lot. I might try to make the Baltimore powwow this year. I'm not going to make my own tribes this year. I got too much other stuff going on. Yeah, watermelon deal. That was nuts. And that we did not know what was going to happen. We did the watermelon video. All right, so we have taken care of one email. Let's go to a second email. Tracy, hello, Chris. I would like to reschedule my delivery if possible. My order number is 31023. Can you deliver next week, Friday, June 5th? Maybe Friday, but definitely next week. Let's see. Where is you? You are located in Richmond. That will be Friday. You are in luck. Let's go here. Routes. 529 Richmond. Your order number is 31023. We will now do send to route, send to staging. Need to ship further away to we're Mason's like actively looking at getting our facilities hooked up to where we can routinely ship stuff nationwide. So we're working on it, I promise. But there's a couple things about going national that we have to be careful about. Number one is once we open up shipping nationwide, demand's going to be like, and if we're constantly sold out of stuff all the time because we haven't scaled up production to handle nationwide delivery, then people are going to associate us with never ever having anything in stock, and then that will be a problem. So we want to make sure we have production where it needs to be in order to actually be able to handle nationwide delivery before we start offering nationwide delivery. If that makes sense, I hope it does. Can we expand by just a few states? It's kind of like it would have to be like a really small state. Like it would have to be like Wyoming or Idaho or some unpopulated state. Like if we were to open up to New York, that would swamp us. So we gotta. It's kind of like an all or nothing thing. Like we need to be producing like 100,000 broilers a year and have like 30,000 hens in order to be able to open up. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to do what Vital Farms did. Vital Farms had national ambitions and just like completely changed the way it did stuff. And people found out about it, got pissed off. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go slowly and gently, and we are going to remain who we are. Okay, I moved her order. Let me respond to these people. Rowan, all set. Thank you. Send. Next, Tracy. No problem at all. Exclamation point. Thanks. Smiley face. Anything else here? Good. Okay, I think we're done there. Who's next? Sally. Hmm? Have you ever seen any arrangements between farms with in-kind trading? Yeah, some people do that, but we're too big and complicated to do stuff like that. Somebody asked, I'm raising chickens, but definitely not on the scale you are. What breed are our hens? Most of our hens are red sex links, but we also have a few Rhode Island Reds, Black Australorps, and Barred Rocks. Waiting list. I hate to take a page out of the Tesla playbook, but when you direct to consumer sales, waiting lists are the most reliable way to forecast demand. Yes. Yeah. Like I don't disagree. But I don't like the idea of, what's the best way to put this? I don't want people to feel like they're waiting in line to get into a club when it comes to food. Like I'm weird about food like that. Like when you hear me talk about food, like being a human right, stuff like that. Like I don't like uh things that get gatekeepy around food bother me a bit. Like even I had to kind of be convinced even to do like our membership program. Like yeah, I don't know. Something makes the back of my brain tingle about that, not in a good way. But I hear what you're saying. And yes, this is my real voice. I don't actually sound like this. I usually do this just to drive my wife insane. What are we watching on TV, darling? Oh, the vampire show again. It's my favorite. But no, I don't actually sound like that. The in-person store hours, usually Monday through Friday. Mason's usually there by 7, and somebody's usually there until 4 o'clock. We do not deliver to South Africa. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I love this hat as well. Is it true that I wouldn't vote for James Talarico? I mean, I'm not in Texas. Like I don't have a problem with James Talarico. I have a problem with the way his supporters were speaking to black people after he won. Like that was what that whole thing was about. So you got to remember, Jasmine Crockett ran kind of a sloppy campaign in Texas because it was kind of last minute. I think she hadn't made her mind up or whatever. She damn near won with like the black vote alone, which is insane. And like I have no problem with her losing. Like it's fine. Like you sometimes you lose. Like that shit happens. And then James himself had a very conciliatory attitude. He said, I understand the disappointment. He said, it is my job to earn your trust. It said, like he said all the right things. His supporters, however, said some other shit that black folks did not appreciate. And when it comes down to it, like who trusts any politician, right? Silver-tongued preacher, like saying nice things. So I'm if I don't trust the people who get you elected, I can't trust you. Like I can't, because I think at the end of the day, you're going to try to placate them. And so that's what that was all about. That was not about thinking that Jasmine Crockett was a progressive. She's not. She's like a NAACP attorney style. Like she's very conventional. She's not an Ilan. She's not an AOC. She's not a Bernie. She's not like, no, she's a corporate Democrat. We knew that. Yeah, we knew that the whole time. I think people don't understand. Like again, I've said this before. Like people think black people are more progressive than we are because we don't want to be treated like an occupied population in this country. We don't want to be shot. We don't want to be over arrested. We don't want to be treated like enemies of the state by default. And in a country that never, that was a legal apartheid state until my own mother was in her 20s. That is a radical position to take. So you tend to think that like all black people are leftists, but they're not. Most black people are center-left Democrats. And even when you're looking at things like Zionism in Israel, if you go back to the civil rights movement, like the late 50s, early 60s civil rights movement, before there was a schism in the civil rights movement, Black folks in Zionism, like the civil rights movement in Zionism, were like this. Martin Luther King was openly Zionist. But then things started happening over there once the state of Israel was like established, and then there was a schism. You had like the NAACP, the traditional civil rights movement, on one hand, and then you had like SNCC, Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam, like forming a kind of left movement that was not politically aligned with the civil rights movement, especially when it came to foreign policy. They were non-Zionists. They were more allied with people in the global South, the globally oppressed, like that sort of thing. And most of the Black electorate now did not go that way. They didn't go the Panthers route. They didn't go the Nation of Islam route. They didn't go the SNCC route. They stayed in the NAACP lane. And so that's where most Black politicians fall. That's where Cory Booker is. That's where Jasmine Crockett is. That's where Barack Obama was. Like, they were in that lane. They were not like in the Panther lane. And Black people know that. Everybody else, meanwhile, is seeing Jasmine Crockett support Wesley, what's his name, and being like, "Can you believe it?" And Black people are like, "Where you been?" Where am I located? Virginia, Westmoreland County. Sally, I just ordered some beef. What is the Centurion discount? Automatically applied. Want to make sure you meant to do that. See, this is why I love my customers. See, my customer just hit me up and said, "I got a discount. Are you sure I was supposed to get that discount?" See, who would do that for Amazon? This is why I love my people. This is why I'm not trying to expand too fast, because then you leave the people behind that run you. So yes, I'm going to let's respond to Sally. Hey, Sally. Exclamation point. I use a lot of exclamation points in my email. Let's see, what else down here? Yes, the Centurion discount still applies even with your member discounts. It basically gets you a wholesale price when you order in large quantities. Quantities, large titties, quantities, titties, large titties. Let's see. Thanks so much for checking. Smiley face. Chris. All right, let's see who's next. How do I feel about the Hodge twins? I don't know that much about them. I just know they're like weird, conservative, red pilly kind of. That's not my bag. Like becoming a business owner and frankly becoming wealthier has actually radicalized me quite a bit. Because you just see how stacked the deck is in your favor. It's, I don't know, man. They say starting a business and making money and stuff like that makes you more conservative. That did not happen to me. The exact opposite of that happened to me. Where you can get a copy of my book. There should be a link in the bio of my YouTube somewhere. There's a paperback and there's an ebook. The paperback is self-published on Amazon, and the ebook is on Stan Store. It's a PDF. How did I get to run the farm on state land? It's not on state land. It's on there's a nonprofit owned by, hold your breath now, the nonprofit that runs the plantation that was the birthplace of Robert E. Lee. That's where most of our farm is. We have a couple other sites, but that's where our main site is. Am I married? Yes, I'm very married. I'm married to my Morticia. I'm the luckiest man alive. Any advice for both pursuing your dreams while also avoiding falling deeper into poverty? Ooh, I'm probably not the person to ask that. Like, it's like keeping it 100. I've never been in poverty. I don't know what it's like. I grew up near poverty. in close proximity to poverty. I was like, you ever seen Friday? Uh, if you watch Friday, there's that dude Stanley, and Stanley like I think he wears ascots. He's got like a fucking bathrobe on or something. Um, he's got like a classic Corvette. Like he's clearly got money, but he lives in the hood. Like that was me. Like we lived like if you threw a football too hard while you were playing throwback tackle, like you would accidentally wind up in the hood. Um, so like, so like that was me. But I never missed a meal. I went to private school. My parents did very well. They didn't move out of the hood, so they would have more cash to do things like send me to private school and shit like that. So I wish I could tell you, but I'm not the person to offer advice on that. What are my thoughts on corporate lobbying? It should be banned. 100% should be banned. Oh no, I'm not in the hood anymore. Now I'm in the country. That was back in the day. I am white and my husband is black. How do you and your wife navigate some of the things you talk about? Does she ever get upset? No. I always, I like to tell people. So my wife, if you don't know, my wife is like the whitest woman in the world. Um, and I like to say she was raised by 4 black women. Uh, what I mean by that is when she went to college, she went to VCU, and her roommates were 4 black women. And so like she spent 4 years being a minority in her living situation. And like I think that changes people. Like she knows she knows how to exist in a black context without being weird or defensive or whatever. I don't know if she and I would have gotten along if that hadn't happened, because like my wife grew up rich. So yeah, she doesn't get upset by much, and people don't say much either. Because like when I have a hat on, if I don't have like if I cut this off, people tend not to know I'm black. If I had back when I had hair on my head, it was unmistakable. Like I've got curly like black hair, but yeah, don't have to deal with it much. Okay, that one's done. Ah, Christ, what is that? Okay. That's just somebody responding. Yay. Jenna has a question. I just paid for a premium membership today, and I'm so excited to place my first order. I received the email about the discount codes. I'm successfully able to apply the product discount code and the shipping code to my cart. I want to reach out and ask the process with 2 dozen free. Oh, yeah, I got to tell her about that. I need to add that to the email. Shit. Was I ever in marketing? No. No, I have no marketing background. My background is computer science, engineering, stuff like that. Can you order if you live in California? Only pet treats from now. I'm so sorry. I appreciate you, Davey. We do not have to agree on everything politically. It is fine. I mean, I live in deep red Westmoreland County. I have a lot of very honest kind of political discussions with people here. It's amazing how easy it is to not even change people's minds when you deal with them in person, but to get them to see things differently and to realize that you actually personally agree on things a lot more than you think you do. And a lot of people just wind up reciting political memes. Do I have a hurt tooth? No. I can't. The turkey claw treats are out of stock. That's probably why you can't. Oh, geez, I can't see. Am I bilingual? I speak English. I'm mostly fluent in Lenape. That's my native language. I understand Spanish better than I speak it, and I understand Mandarin better than I speak it. What is that? Oh. Can we talk about the beef we sell on our website? Yeah, our beef mostly comes from my homegirl Kathy Cavender up in Colonial Beach. She raises an Angus lowline cross, I believe, is the genetics she's using right now. 100% on pasture. They are finished on grain, but they're finished on pasture, not in a feedlot, and they're processed at. I think she's using Fakir's finest now. T&E pissed her off for what that was, but I was happy to watch Joel Salton lose that business. It was like 100 cows a year. Tell me more about Lenape. Lenape is kind of an Algonquin mother tongue for a lot of Algonquin speaking people in the Chesapeake Bay. My language is a specific dialect of Lenape. It's a Piscataway dialect of Lenape. And I'm slowly trying to teach my daughters a little bit at a time. But yeah, that's it. All right, hang on one second. Let me answer a couple more emails. Somebody want to know about eggs. Okay. Hi, Jenna. The egg subscription is handled on my end. Every Friday, I run through all our new premium members and create a $0 free subscription for 2 dozen eggs that triggers every 4 weeks. You should see that order pop up in your email on Monday. Thanks, and see you soon. Smiley face. Chris. Chris is my name. Yeah. That is large text. Okay, anyway. You hoping my kiddos take on the family business. So it's not really a family business, and that's kind of by design. I did not want to pressure my children to follow in my footsteps because I think kids should be able to determine their own fate. Like I was never pressured to like take over my dad's real estate business. I was never pressured by my mom to like go into the civil service, join the postal service or whatever. And it was nice having that freedom. I don't want my especially my youngest girl, to feel like she's got to carry on daddy's legacy. I think she should get to make up her own mind and do what she wants. So that's why I have business partners, and my business is set up more like a law firm or a tech company than what you think of as like a family estate driven farm. What is the tribe's policy on membership? I forget what the rules are. I think there's a marry out twice rule or something like that, like for being enrolled. I don't really care. Like I kind of don't subscribe. I don't like the idea of having your tribal sovereignty be determined by blood quantum. I think it's stupid. I think it's a recipe for genocide, basically. Like it's how cultures disappear. So there's rules around it, but I don't care. My children are what they are culturally raised to be, and that will be the case for their kids and their kids and their kids. And if I get rich enough, it won't matter. So let's see. What else we got? Oh yeah, that music is like a random live YouTube jazz thing that's just played in the background to keep from having to listen to the voices in my head. Can you add a section of your website so people can help with the mutual aid? There is a section. So if you go to www.blackbirdcoop.com, there's a giant link that says Give Mutual Aid, and that is where you do that. Have I ever eaten chicken feet? No, I do cook with chicken feet. I make my chicken stock with chicken feet, but I don't eat it. Am I still coding? No, I haven't written a line of code in a very long. Well, that's not true. I've used ChatGPT a couple of times. Don't crucify me about this. But I've used it a couple of times to like generate macros for doing things with Excel sheets. So like consolidating lists, stuff like that. It's stuff I could do myself. It's just it would take twice as long. It's like ChatGPT will spit out code, and the code is fucking wrong because ChatGPT sucks. So I'll have to update it and change it and stuff like that. Um, but no, I haven't like written code in a very very long time. Not ChatGPT. I'm not a fan of AI. ChatGPT is good at a couple of very small things, and I'm willing to use it as long as it doesn't displace employment, and I don't use it very often. I think Excel is like the only thing AI is really actually good at. Like just for the hell of it, one time I had to try to compute simple interest or whatever, and it straight up got it wrong. I was like, this is a calculator math. And like what the hell? No, I'm not doing lives on TikTok anymore. Yeah, I got sick of TikTok, dude. They like deleted another one of my videos in the middle of the night last night. And it's not even like my controversial videos. Like it was, one of the ones about like, hey, not all seeds in the US are GMO. The other one about the strawberries, like, hey, fungicides are usually applied to like fruits and vegetables, and like community guidelines violation, no option to appeal. So I'm sick of this shit. So yeah, everybody just come to YouTube because what the hell? TikTok doesn't pay anyway. So like, why am I even there? I get more views on stuff on YouTube, even though I've got half the following. Stuff like there's literally no reason to be on TikTok anymore. How do the eggs on the ground not break when you move the hen house over them? Because there's gaps. But sometimes they do break. Kids want to ask me a lot of questions about it. All right, what is this one? I think this is one of my customers. Good evening, Blackbird Farm. My husband and I have been members of your farm for a few months now. As people who did not come from money have spent years building our family and home to what they are now. We are left with no regrets and nothing but gratitude for the fortunate life we have. That includes access to your products at member pricing. With this said, we're adamant about who we contribute funds to. I've watched way more of your YouTube videos, vlogs than I wanted, but each one would answer another question that I kept in mind. I commend your efforts in this farm and its operations. I was sent one of your videos during a time when I was losing faith in humans simply being human. Is it that hard to make the world a better place? It's not hard, it's just expensive. For that, we thank you. No bullshit, though. I did conduct a deep dive into your business. I have trust issues. It appears y'all really trying to make this work with the highest moral standards. In my book, nobody's above a cuss out. Sometimes you got to check a hateful, uneducated, privileged scallywag. They earn the clapbacks for the world to view on the internet. Back to business. My husband and I have been saving up to contribute tithes to organizations of our choosing closer to the end of the year. I do understand you have a mutual aid program. We fully support and plan to assist there. However, I wanted to see if there's any interest or plan to maybe raffle annual memberships. It's interesting. I have no idea how that could work, but as someone who spent a lot of time in the gray area being broke, balling on a locked budget, I feel that. But also making too much to qualify for programs, I would like to assist eligible families by covering a membership fee so they can have access to purchase at a member price. I fully understand if you think this is doing the most or if it seems complicated than what it should be. I just thought I would propose the idea. My family had the privilege of paying that fee without batting an eye, no budget, no running numbers to see if we could make it work. But we spent years hustling and balancing expenses, and there was a time we definitely wouldn't have been able to. Just want to pay that forward to families who have. See, I have the best customers, dude. The best customers. Yeah, it's a long ass message, but I'm going to read every word of it. I have the best fucking customers. My goal is to save to cover at least 3 memberships for the holidays. I just haven't come up with a secure and comfortable way to determine how those people are selected. I have zero idea if this is even legal. It's plenty legal. Please take some time to think it over. If it's not viable, you don't feel comfortable, completely understand. If not, it will not reflect poorly on my future orders. That's fine. Go Knicks. Oh, no, you didn't. All right. That's the only part I got an issue with. I'm just playing. I don't really care about basketball. Am I in Coopersville, Michigan? No, we're in Virginia. Where did I get my farming experience from? That would be the School of Hard Knocks. I did it the way you should not do it. I dove in, quit my job. Thought I was going to die, to be fair, and then I didn't die. So I was like, oh shit. Now I got to figure this out. Okay. Hey, Porsche. She got an expensive name. Believe it or not, that's actually a great idea. And believe it or not, you're actually not the first to propose something similar. We're working on figuring out how to make this happen, and I'll let you know just as soon as we do, so I can float the nuts and balls by you. Thanks so much. Smiley face. Creel. Yeah, floating nuts. Yeah, that's like a holdover from my software engineering days. Like engineers tend to like pound the hell out of keyboards. This will last maybe 6 more months before I finally kill it. Be crushing keyboards like I can't crush a watermelon. Let's see. That one's done. 16. That can go. What is that? I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay, got all those. Good. Go away. Good. Go away. Good. Go away. Okay. That email address is clear. Now we'll go to the main one. It's going to be a nightmare. Thank you so much for the gifts and donations and supers and such, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, my hands are freakishly strong. Terrifyingly strong. Apparently my thighs not so much. You got a TikTok ad in the middle. That's fantastic. You use black soldier flies to keep other flies away from your animals. No. That's kind of a pain to do at scale. Did I bruise it all on the melon? No. So like I told a bunch of people, the watermelon thing. I chose watermelons where I was pretty sure we weren't going to be able to do it, because I picked like big round melons. Giggity. And I got seedless ones. I got like the seedless ones from Costco. Apparently, like big round seedless melons are like impossible to crush. And I thought it would be funnier that way if we couldn't crush the watermelons. And I think I was correct. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was responding to. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Checking in on invoices. Mail is slow. Give it another. Oh yeah, these people owe me money. You owe me $1,600. Where the hell my money? I'm so sorry you have not received the payment. I'm forwarding you a copy to bank. Mail is slow, so we can give it another few days to see if the check turns up. This is becoming an issue with us not being able to get payments to customers or vendors. I've talked to our banker. She's also shaking her head. We lost our longtime mail carrier at the end of March due to da. All right, I'll give it a few days. No problem at all. Exclamation point. I'm such a millennial. What does Gabby need? Oh shit, she needs money. Okay. I gotta cash app gas money to our delivery drivers. Let's see. 114.34. 100. Hold. Yeah, my real voice always tells people I don't sound like Patrick Warburton. I wish I did, but I'm not that sexy. So sorry. No, I sound like this. I sound like my cousins. No problem sending now. Is there another one? Where were we able to deliver? Attempted Baltimore. Blah, blah, blah. Baltimore apartments freaking tied up like Fort Knox. Couldn't get in there. All right, where's my cash app? Cash app. $114.34. Thank you, Donald Trump. This amount should be half of that, you jackass. Anyway, pay, Gabby, fuel, review, pay, Sin. Hell yeah. What now? The door was locked and the customer didn't answer. Apartment building? Question mark. The fresh egg company they sell through Seven Sons Farms. How can we tell who to trust? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I don't know. Like most food is good. Like even the conventional stuff. Like if you're cooking, if you're if you're working with whole foods of any kind, if you're drinking enough water, you get enough sleep, you're not smoking, you're not drinking too much, uh, you're fine. Like my food, like the stuff I produce, it's really good. It's good for people who are foodies who care about the texture of food, how food handles when you cook it. Um, who want to support like living wages and doing business a certain way, whatever. But when you're talking about just like your own health and just trying to get by in this fucked up economy that we have to live in, like you do the best you can. Um, and if you want somebody you can trust, it's you have to find a farmer that you can just get to know if you're in a position to do that. But otherwise, like it's what I've hated about entering this space, because I came from the outside. Like I came from engineering. What I've disliked about this space is the culture of fear in it. How people are trying to make you paranoid about, are you eating the food that's the most pure and that's the best, and like all this shit. Um, I don't think that's what food and what life should be all about. Yeah, I think food is just more about relationships and being fed and feeling loved and doing with the people that you enjoy. Um, Not about scanning your shit with apps and seeing how many macros and bullshit that it has. And like, I can't stand it. So I don't know. Find a farmer with a store you like and go with them if you can. And if you have to shop at Walmart, that's fine too. Who the hell else needs money? Shit. Hold on. Tell you what. Okay, there it is. Okay, good. Anyway, in one of your videos, you made a one-off comment about being worried about people shopping at Kroger. I recently stopped shopping because of pricing, but was my so yeah, that was just me talking shit. Like Kroger, Kroger, any discount grocery store, their meat departments are going to have like it's not going to be like getting meat from a butcher shop. It's just not. The meat will be fine. Like even that meat glue meat that she pulled apart or whatever. Like I guarantee you, the right cook would have made that sing. Um, but also, just being a meat guy, I'm gonna throw a little shade at Kroger's meat department, not at people who are buying meat from Kroger. That's it's a very big difference. Um, it's like me criticizing Amazon. When I criticize Amazon, I don't criticize people who use Amazon, because what fucking choice do most of us even have, right? Costco is a great meat retailer. Um, Costco seems to have a decent meat selection. I don't. If I didn't have unlimited access to my own beef and pork and chicken, then I would probably go to Wegmans first. Assuming I had the money, I'd go to Wegmans first. Uh, Again, assuming I didn't have access to like a butcher where I knew they were getting meat from farms like mine. Probably Wegmans, Costco, maybe Whole Foods, maybe would be my choice. And there's nothing wrong with Whole Foods. I think they're just needlessly overpriced. Stretchy steak. We're not running our own cattle right now. One of my neighbors up the road in Colonial Beach has that's where we get our cattle from right now. She finishes about 150. No, is it more than that now? She's almost starting to work like exclusively for us now. We're her biggest customer. I'm pretty sure she's finishing around 120 or 150 a year now. So yeah, we'll see. I can't remember. I had to ask her. I don't live stream often, but I'm gonna do it now. How many layers do we have on average? Right now, on our farms, we've probably got about 4,000, and we have 2 partner farms that we purchase from. I know Fozo has like 600, and the new guys, I think the new guys have like 300 or 400. I forget. Thank you so much. Do I garden even if I have time? I wish I did. I'm more into like, I'm not so much into food gardening. Like I like ornamental like type gardens, like walk around through type gardens. It's weird for a farmer, I guess, but I really like hydrangeas and azaleas. They make me happy. Maybe out of left field, Alan Pan just engineered a robotic tail for chickens and turns it back in. That's freaking hysterical. People got too much damn time on their hands. Ever tried raising turkeys? Yes, we raise. Well, Mason raises. Mason's the giant beard guy in the watermelon video. He's not my employee, by the way. He's a partner. He's a co-owner. Mason's doing 400 turkeys this year, I think. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Peonies, that's the other one. Peonies, and my wife likes camellias. That's the other one. How do I keep the mustache so perfect? Oh, I have kind of a nervous tick where like I just pull on the ends of my mustache, and over time, it's just caused it to do that and turn into the supervillain shape. Is it normal to feed chickens? Chickens will eat each other, but you should avoid them being able to eat each other. They will develop health issues from that. Do I take stamps like food stamps? We can't take EBT yet because we don't offer enough different categories of food. But we're going to work on that. We're trying to find a way around that. What's the biggest unexpected change you've seen in your pasture since you started regenerating it? Nothing unexpected. The forage counts got higher. And they got about as high as I would have expected them to be. I don't think anything. I don't think anything unexpected really. Okay, I was responding to this person. Okay, yes, no problem at all. Exclamation point. I will keep an eye out for it over the next few days and let you know if it does or doesn't turn up. Thanks, smiley face. I am a millennial. You owe me $1,700. Okay, anyway, close. Next, paid collaboration opportunity from Alibaba. No. Fuck off. Next, Bill.com. Shalom Farms has received your invoice for $222. That makes me very happy. Archive. Next, Javon. How do I become a small partner? That is a loaded question that I am not prepared to answer right now. Archive. Let's see. Margot Brown. Egg increase and protection. Oops. I mean, Margot. Didn't mean to use the whole name. Anyway, let's see. It does have a Snidely Whiplash kind of look to it. Yeah, sorry, I smashed the hell out of my keyboard. We've talked about that. Have I ever done crop farming? No. I've had pretty big gardens, but no, no, I've never done it professionally. What three animals would you say I should have if I started my own little farm? Depends on why you started it. If you're starting a little farm because you want to make a little bit of money and have it pay for itself, three types of animals might honestly be too many. I'd say start with chickens. They're a dual purpose breed. They lay eggs. There's an endless demand for fresh eggs and for chicken meat. Uh, if I had to do three, like even I right now, I'm only doing one myself. But if I had to do three, it would be chicken, cattle. It wouldn't be pigs. Um, Pigs are too much of a pain in the ass, and there's too many. It's hard to sell the whole pig. Like that's the other thing I kind of tell people when they're talking about getting into animals and stuff. Like people always like, should I do sheep? Should I do goats? Should I do blah blah blah? And even pigs. I always tell people, you you want to pick things where you can sell the entire thing. So like chickens, you can sell the entire thing. Somebody said rabbits. Rabbits, you can sell the whole thing as long as you've got a market for it. I would actually pick rabbits over something like goats, believe it or not, because you usually sell a whole rabbit. Like usually don't just sell rabbit legs. Like a rabbit's a rabbit; it just goes. You'd think lamb, but everybody only wants lamb chops, or they want ground lamb. But you can only move so much ground lamb. People tend not to want lamb ribs. They don't want the Denver ribs. They don't want the shoulders. They don't want the legs, except like at Easter, and then only a specific population. Um, like you'll have a hard time moving that. And if you try to grind it in the ground lamb, you're going to wind up with huge piles of ground lamb, and it'll sell, but you can only move so much. Like people don't use ground lamb that much. They just don't. Um, so if you have trouble moving the whole animal, you're going to have you're going to have financial issues. You're going to have things piling up. You're going to have shrinkage and loss, and it's going to be a problem. Whereas chicken, you sell the whole chicken all day long. You literally sell the whole chicken. You can, the leg quarters always sell, the breasts always sell, the tenders always sell, the backs you can turn into stock. We grind a lot of ours up to turn into pet treats. Very easy to move a whole chicken. Very easy to move a whole beef. There's like an endless demand for ground beef. Chuck always moves. All the steaks always move. Like all the steaks. The thing we have the hardest time moving on our end are usually briskets and shanks, and those can be ground, and ground beef flies. Um, so when you're choosing animals, just make sure you're choosing something that you can make use of the whole thing, and don't listen to people. People lie. People tell you all day long, "Oh, I love some chicken gizzards. Oh, I totally eat leg of lamb." Like blah blah blah. People are full of shit. All right, people will be all about it until you finally have it, and they'll be like, actually, yeah. So what happened was, yeah, my freezer's full, and then my checking account, my banking account, they got. Yeah, there's always a fucking excuse. So no, don't trust people. Egg increase in potential meat order is from an hour ago. Who the hell is Gabby? That's not my Gabby. That's a different Gabby. Okay. Thank you for all the delicious eggs. We love them, and so do our shoppers. Was emailing to ask me to bump up to 4 cases of eggs for delivery starting this Friday. I was also thinking of putting in a bulk meat order. We would love to try some smaller cuts of meat and potentially ground beef. Is the ground beef in 1 pound packs for the wings? How do those come packaged? Best, Margot from Shalom Farms. Well, Margot, you are in luck. Allow me to respond all to you and whoever Gabby is. Gabby has a sophisticated last name. Anyway, beef is number one. I would say beef is number two. Chicken is number one because it's just a bigger market. There's lots of people that don't eat beef, but just about everybody eats chicken. Chicken's more versatile. Chicken's easier to store, easier to cook. Chicken is king. There's a reason we decided to scale with chicken and not with beef. to start. What did I miss up here? Oh, nothing. Sarita Banana asks, do you have any farmer friends that make a decent living selling native plants? I don't know if they're. Well, let me say it this way. One of the wealthiest people I know personally runs a flower company. Like, that dude is like private jet rich. Now, native stuff versus non-native stuff, and it depends on what you mean by plants. Like, if you're talking about, if you're talking about ornamentals, like stuff for people's houses, stuff for weddings, catering venues, stuff like that, I'm sure you could build a thriving business around native plants. Flower farmers, once they have a market, tend to do extremely well, because people always want flowers. The margins are really good. So it's not the worst idea. Like, if like somebody asked what your big three are. Like, if there was a third thing I was going to get into, because there's not a third animal that I'm all that excited about getting into, unless you consider turkeys to be a third item, but I just consider them to be a giant chicken. It would probably be flowers. Thank you for the goat trophy. I have no idea what that is, but thank you. It's very pretty. I might slaughter it and turn it into curry goat yogurt. And now it's gone. Anyway, why not pig? Pig, same reason as the others. Well, pig for two reasons, actually. Pigs are a lifestyle killer. Raising them in the woods, raising them in the forest or whatever, they always get out. They're always in a highway. They're a big insurance risk. They can make landlords angry. They tend not to be worth the trouble. And then once you have them, sausage is very expensive to produce. You're going to have to make most of your legs and most of your shoulders into sausage, so you're going to have a lot of it, and it's going to move pretty slowly. Where do I put my questions? I will look out for your question. So yeah, then just like moving the pig is kind of a pain. Chops sell really well. Bacon sells really well. Ribs sell really well. Belly, like fresh belly as opposed to bacon, sells very well. Pork shoulder to an extent. Like people like the center of the shoulder, like the center of the Boston. So they'll take the capicola. They'll take a Boston. Picnic roast, almost nobody knows what to do with. You usually have to grind that up, and then you have just this really expensive sausage to move that's hard to move in quantity. Send you an email. Let's build something similar in Omaha, Nebraska. You have your own capital. It is good to have your own capital. That is the thing you need the most. I'm actually in the middle of going through emails very, very, very slowly right now. Hopefully I will get to it. I appreciate you. Let's see. Kangaroo farm. I actually sell to a butcher shop that has kangaroo and camel meat. You have no idea what they taste like. Okay, let's see. Hey, Margot! Exclamation point. We can definitely go to 4 cases on the eggs starting Friday. Ground beef is in 1 pound packs that are ideal for retail. And we have both whole and parted wings. Whole wings, 6 wings to a pack, and parted wings, 12 pieces to a pack. Here's a link. Thank you so much, Demon Hunter Mog. Link to our wholesale pricing. You know, what, if anything, from it besides the eggs you'd like delivered this week? Thank you. Smiley face, clown head, Creel. Where's my, no, not wholesale. Jesus, look at my search history now. Look like a prevert. All right, let's see. Share. Copy. I said copy. Copy. What time is it? Almost 11. Damn. Link to our wholesale pricing. Add link. Paste. Apply. Send. Archive. Fantastic. Michael has sent me an email. Project brief, Midwest Regional Food Hub, Omaha sale. Oh, this is gonna take some time. I'm gonna have to put this in my take a long time to read category. Michael, I have received your email, and I will look over it in detail very soon. See, Teresa. Who is this? Who? What is the smallest amount you could sell if I place an order for me? Living in Tappahannock, there's not too many options. Oh, this is a lady whose company owes me $1,600. Allow me to send her our website. What's all this now? I appreciate you with the mutual aid and whatnot. Thank you. I'm going to hit you up when I develop my corn-free chicken feed. Corn allergy is the worst. Yeah, that's hard to deal with. Appreciate you, Michael. How can we know or check if egg companies treat their chickens humanely? The AWA or certified humane standards are like pretty legit. They're not necessarily going to mean that that the chickens have the lives that ours do, but it's going to be miles better than like standard non-certified stuff that you find at a grocery store. I think that's the most practical way you can know that hens are living halfway decent lives without actually having to know a farmer. Stopping by from TikTok. Yeah, I got to get out of TikTok. When am I going to be able to buy a half cow from you? So the reason we're not doing half cows right now is just because there's so much demand on our beef right now. It would, like, it's better to capture that margin, make more customers happy, than to sell to somebody who's going to buy basically one time every 6 months at a discount. You know what I mean? Like our business plan prioritizes people that are doing more ad hoc purchasing. Why hasn't anyone ever made chicken skins like pork or fish skins? I use chicken skin all the time. I make it in a schmaltz, use chicken fat to cook with. Very nice. Would I consider raising emus or ostriches? Absolutely not. What country am I based in? I'm in the United States of America. Let's see. How many flocks I breed? No, we don't do breeding. So agriculture is a lot more specialized than people seem to realize it is. People think that farmers save their own seeds, breed their own animals. Like, no, like commercial agriculture is specialized, and with good reason. There are people who specialize in breeding, whether it's plant breeding, seed breeding, plant breeding, animal breeding, like livestock husbandry, that kind of stuff. Then there's people in the middle. There's people who specialize in growing. There's people who specialize in seed stock. There's people who specialize in finishing. Agriculture is a lot more complicated than like old MacDonald had a homestead where he was doing everything himself and his wife was doing a bunch of uncompensated labor and like all this shit. So no, we trust breeding to the experts, and we happily purchase from people who know what they're doing. Who's my favorite political streamer or show? I don't listen to a lot of political stuff online. I think it's making us dumber. I like to read books mostly about economics and like the part that actually matters. Like politics is just this weird kind of interface that we've been putting over economics. In a lot of ways, it's making discourse harder. Like that's how we've got like culture war stuff like in front of economic issues, right? And it's benefiting billionaires and corporations and no one else. So yeah, I'm not listening to Hassan Piker or Theo Vaughn or whoever else is like constantly running their mouths about politics and shit. Like I read lots of books about economics and history. And I mean, these are books that I'm like actively looking at right now, like the ones that are just sitting on my desk. Like these are These are ones that I'm constantly, well, not constantly. These are the ones that I'm looking at the moment. And when you read a lot of books, like, I don't know, streamers, internet personalities, shit like that, they don't have a lot of interesting to say when you listen to actual experts. A bajillion years ago, I donated and invested in an open source HACCP for preserved meat. Is there an open source or reduced cost HACCP out there for mobile slaughterhouses? I have no idea. Mason's working on our HACCP and SSOP plans, but yeah, blah, blah, blah. Favorite book? This one. People always ask him, like, what's a book you would recommend? If there was one book you read, The Wayfinders by Wade Davis, Why Ancient Wisdom Matters in the Modern World. By far, favorite book. Change your life. Okay, what is the smallest amount you would sell of blah, 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 blah? Let's see. We actually deliver out that way every week. There's a flat delivery fee, so there's no minimums for ordering. Check out www.blackbirdcoop.com. Smiley face, because I'm a millennial and I can't help myself. Chris. All right, Sam. Close. Who? Was ist jetzt ein bisschen hier? Quaker Lady. Hi Chris, we're watching you live for a bit. I'm wondering if you could set up a buying club, quote unquote, on the Sandy Spring. Would we need coolers for drop-off or someone to meet the truck? What the bloody hell? Oh, it's my wife. Hold on one second. Hello. You're about to pass the shop. Actually, I would love a ribeye. Can you run in there and ask Mason for a ribeye? Would you like a ribeye? Your chicken you need to make. The people of YouTube say hello. No, I'm on a live YouTube thing. There's 757 people watching me talking to you. How you doing? You got a big old butt. What's your name? Huh? Yeah, I need a ribeye. I love you. Thank you. Merp, merp. Yep. Yep, that's that smooth talk right there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm real smooth. I got the Riz. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, my wife's name is Annie. She also got a white ass name too. She can't help herself. Anyway. Let's see. How do I answer this? Quaker Lady, are you there? Quaker Lady? Quaker Lady? Quaker Lady? Quaker Lady? Quaker Lady? Okay, she's probably not there, so I'm going to have to answer this email. Let's see. Hello, Margot. Exclamation point. Who is this? Will I run for office? No. I'm too liable to grab somebody by the throat and squeeze until they stop moving. What kind of music do me and my family like? I'll give you some examples of stuff I'll listen to when I just need to chill out. Jazz Liberators, Bahamadia, Mos Def, Talib, Black Star. I like classical music, especially like like the English Bach style, like Brandenburg concerto type shit. I like traditional choral music. Believe it or not, like O Magnum Mysterium. That's one of my favorite choral songs. Um, Escondido, Buena Vista Social Club, like Cuban music. Like early 90s hip hop, like Das Effects, like the fast talking New York hip hop. Mm, I do like Miles Davis. I'm not that into jazz, even though I've got it playing in the background. But I do like Miles. I like Kind of Blue. I'm very basic in that respect. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody important. Like old outlaw country, I actually have no issue with. Like Willie Nelson, Hank Williams, Johnny Cash. I listen to a lot. Yes, Pete Rock salesman, exactly. Yep. Explore a separate YouTube channel for the mustache. Kendrick, like new rap. I'm too old, man. It's like that South Park. Everything sounds like farts. Just like the brother is very talented. I'm taking nothing away from him. It's not for me. Classical like Tupac. That's funny. Anyway, hello, Margot. Yes, we have a few families and groups of households that are consolidating orders under one account and having us deliver it all to one house. Basically, they just have one person place the order, Venmo, Cash App each other to settle up, and we just deliver to wherever they specify as the shipping address. We always recommend leaving coolers out on delivery day, but are happy to deliver without a cooler since items are delivered frozen solid, except for eggs, of course, and are fine for a few hours. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks. Smiley face. Reels. Archive. Uline safety. Junk mail. Go away. Who is this? What order number is that? 30941. They have not received any confirmation about that. Let's see what's going on there. 30941. Open. Falls Church, which means that's going out this week. They placed the order on that Monday. Yep, I bet they just didn't receive the schedule email because they filtered me in a spam. Let's see. Let us respond. Hey, Ali! Exclamation point. Terribly sorry for the delayed reply. You all are on the schedule for delivery this week. You should have received an email from concierge at blackbirdcoop.com with this link. You are currently scheduled for delivery on, who the hell is that? 30941. Easy routes. It's going to be inner Northern Virginia, probably, right? Falls Church. Yeah, it's going to be the 29th. Yep, there it is. When the hell is the 29th? Friday. Okay. The reason for the long wait on delivery is because your order was placed last Monday after we already set our schedules for that week. So your order got pushed to the following week. You are currently scheduled for delivery on Friday. Thanks so much. Smiley face. Creels. Let me spell my own damn name. There we go. Perfect. Archive. Who this? While I may not agree with your political views, I do enjoy your humor and randomness. I appreciate you, Prolin6443. Let's see, what did I miss? What do I think of the Resnick family and the wonderful company and the water issues in California? Would you ever be willing to make a longer video about it? I don't know anything about that, unfortunately. So I would not be comfortable making a video about something I don't know what I'm talking about. Mighty High Coop, I have no idea what that is. Thank you, comment Mo someone, for the goat trophy. It always cocks its head. Anyway, yep. I got headbutted right in the penis by a goat last time I had one. Anyway, content thief. What the hell are you talking about? Oh yeah, there used to be I'm doing a live right now. How am I thieving content? Anyway, favorite TV series or movies? I have indentured servants for sale. Are they thick? Favorite TV series? I'm kind of a basic bitch. I love The Sopranos. I love Breaking Bad. Never seen The Wire, believe it or not, but he was very good. Mad Men, The Simpsons. I can recite a lot of Simpsons episodes from memory, as you can probably tell. South Park, you can probably also tell. I can recite a lot of that from memory. Yeah. Ooh, Margot responded already. Cool. I'll get to work getting people together. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be rich. Anyway, let's see. Archive that. Let's see who's next. TikTok shop. Accelerate your growth. Hey, TikTok, kiss my black ass. All right, let's see what's next. What is this? From Charles. Hi, Chris. Tilder. I went to the Salon d'Agriculture this year for the first time, and it was fascinating. If any of y'all want to go next year, I'll meet up and translate. The Salon de l'Agriculture. Is that French? I don't know if I can get along with French people. Where the hell is this? Maybe it's in Haiti. Nope, it's in Paris. I don't know about them. I don't know about them French, especially in Parisians. I done heard some stuff about Parisians. Do we allow video shorts? I'm not sure I know what that means. Do I get any money off YouTube? I get a lot of money from YouTube. I get an ungodly, unfair amount of money from YouTube. This is crazy. We get so much money from YouTube, we might not need investors anymore. I might just be able to offer like sweetheart loans at like statutory interest to my company and not even have to suck up any equity myself, just like eventually get paid back at some point. And fund our growth without investors. Like that's how much money we're making from YouTube right now. Is crazy. This was not expected. Do we ship to Germany? I skipped your super chat. Jay Brooks, what did you say? Where the hell is it? Let me see if I can. I'm sorry, I'm new to all this. Did you do it while I was emailing people? I'm scrolling. Maybe it'll let me see it. Here we go. Ah, super chats. I'm looking for one by Jay. Well, there's a whole bunch of ones here. Oh, Jay, I did answer yours. Somebody asked, how come anybody's ever made chicken skins? They do. In fact, we're looking at dehydrating chicken skins right now as a pet treat. which might to some people seem like a waste, but pet treats are by far our highest margin item, like by leaps and bounds. There's a whole filter of people that sent super chats and shit. I should probably respond to all these. Let me begin at the beginning. We need you for president. No, you don't. Curious as a customer who loves going to farmers markets. Why should farmers avoid selling there? They shouldn't necessarily avoid selling there. They're just not for me. You have to realize what farmers markets are. Farmers markets are not great for unless you're in like the big high volume ones, like where I'm at. If you're in the DuPont market or that's the big one I can think about. Like you go to DuPont market, and I know people making like $10,000-$12,000 per day at those. But if you're like at a regular small farmers market, especially when you're starting out, like you're not going to make that much money. So they are at best good for getting people into your funnel. So if you got a subscription service, a CSA or something like that, and you need to introduce people to it, farmers markets can be a good top of the funnel, but social media is better. Like it takes less time. You'll be exposed to more people. You can show people more things. Farmers market, they're just not like with social media around. There's no reason. Everybody that goes to farmers markets is online, and there's just other ways to get a hold of people than spending 4, 5, 6, 7 hours like getting to the market, setting up for the market, being at the market, staffing the market, going home from the market, unloading your stuff, and then having to do all your other farm work. Like, why? There's just no need now. Appreciate you, David Stroud, for buying the equivalent of a dozen eggs to give a shout out on stance on employee compensations. Appreciate you. Let's see if there's any other questions on here. I don't want to miss my super chats. I didn't realize I could filter by super chat. I get your point about Tallarico versus Crockett, but there's a lot more casual racist white folks than there are black voters. Fair. What do we do about that? People are able to be casually racist because there's no consequences. If people are being casually racist and their supposedly progressive candidates start losing because we tell you can go yourself too, then maybe they'll be slightly less racist, or at least a little more considerate, if not less racist. That's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, let's see. What else we got? I'm going through questions on the super chats. Do you have any opinion on the Trump administration going after Hassan Piker? So I don't know about that. Hassan Piker subpoena. Let's see what this is all about. I need a credible source. Yahoo will do for now. Hassan Piker subpoenaed by the U.S. Treasury over March Cuba aid trip. Of course, for starving Cuba to death, and somebody tried to do something about it, and now he's been, this is why we call it fascism, right? Like that's my opinion on that. The subpoena relates to his participation in a humanitarian aid trip to Cuba in March of 2026. He is one of roughly 40 Americans now under federal investigation for their involvement in similar trips to the embargoed island. Piker acknowledged the situation directly. It's not great. Sometimes doing the right thing means breaking the law. And I 100% agree. We're starving an island to death. It is monstrous, inhumane, and utterly contemptible. And that's why Donald Trump can burn in hell. Anyway, let's see. Who's next? Best non-smoked chicken recipe. Fried chicken is always going to be my favorite. Brined with buttermilk. Brined, dredged. With a mix of I don't use any proprietary blends. I use like House Autry chicken breading and cornmeal for a little crunch. Like that's it. My other go-to chicken meal is like a red Thai curry. So I'll just fry curry with coconut milk and throw pre-cooked chicken there, and that's one of my favorite easy meals. I'll probably do that on a live at some point. I eat that all the time. Is my backup plan to voice the next Kronk movie? If only. I would love to be a voice actor. It seems like a lot of fun. Appreciate you, the real chicken sandwich, for your appreciation of the eggs. Just saw your video where y'all bust watermelons for women's health. How do you pick a good watermelon? My mom is really good at picking good watermelons. I always pick ones that aren't ripe enough, which is exactly why we couldn't bust those open because I picked something that was not ripe, um, and was seedless. um, I have no idea how to pick a good watermelon. I always ask my mama. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Yeah, somebody asked about garden. I answered that one. I answered that one. I answered that one. I answered that one. Thanks for the estimate. I was looking at cost analysis for starting up. Is the farm with 300 to 400 layers actually profitable? Um, 300 to 400 layers, you can make money, but you will not make a living. So, like, it can be a kind of a time-consuming side hustle that gives you like a little bit of walking around money, but you're not going to be quitting your job or anything like that. I answered the native plant ones. I answered Michael. I've got your email, Michael. I'm going to look at that in detail later. Pork for local options or home farm, but shipping in mass to slaughter is a net negative. I'm not sure I understand the question. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand the question, but pork is hard to make money on, even when it's integrated. Very, very, very difficult. Okay, the chicken skins question, got that one. I've got a 1 acre and an ant infestation. Would you recommend using a chicken tractor as a treatment? On an acre, it'd have to be a lot of chickens. A lot of chickens. No, you're probably going to want to call an exterminator about that one. Sorry. Chemicals might be the solution. When will I run for office? Never. Do I offer tours? Not yet, mostly because of limited time and biosecurity concerns. We are scared to death of bird flu and people tracking that shit onto our farms and killing several thousand hens. So we'll look into that. I think I hear my oldest daughter. I think my kids are home. Oops. Hold on. Still looking for the other questions. Hold. Is the mustache styled after W.E.B. Du Bois? Maybe. No, it's just kind of an accident. Love your content. Question: with record food prices, what do you feel as a farmer is a pressure point that's keeping you from lowering your price to past levels? So for us, it's not input costs. It's fuel is expensive. Like it is not fun to have a friggin'. What are we paying for fuel every week right now? Hold on. Let's look at our current fuel budget. Budget docs, 1, quarter 2, supplies and fuel. How many weeks is that? Call that 8 weeks. Yeah, so right now we're paying like just under $2,000 a week for fuel. That could be more like $1,200. So savings of $800 over 4.3 weeks. You're talking like $3,600 a month on revenues of over $300,000. Like it's not that big a deal. Even feed prices, like that's not the thing. Like structurally, the thing that costs us the most is the fact that we pay so much. Farms pay entry-level farm hands and stuff like that. They'll pay them $13, $14, $15 an hour, maybe. Or if it's short-term work, they might pay them like 21, 22. But for a farm to be paying full-time year-round, including paid time off and shit like that, like we do, at 20 plus an hour, because 20 is our minimum. We're paying some people 23, 24. That's the biggest quote unquote drag on our margins, and it just that's kind of keeping our prices high a little bit. But the big thing is that we're not at scale yet. Like we're still only finishing 20,000 broilers a year. 4,000, 5,000 hens is not that many. So we don't have the economies of scale right now that let us get prices down the way we want to. And that's why our business plan is about growth, so we can get prices down. There's no way to replace volume when it comes to that kind of thing. You can get some of your input costs down to damn near zero, and it wouldn't matter because you have fixed costs that just are what they are. What else we go here? As a man with a poultry operation, can you answer the real question we all want to know? Why did the chicken cross the road? The chicken crossed the road to get the hell away from me because I have a knife and I want to eat his ass. Let's see. What else we got here? Potential dumb question. What's the flow on the farm in terms of the chickens? Do the eggers come before broilers, or those two different flocks? Those are two completely different flocks. They're not even on the same farm right now at this point. Do I allow hunting on our land during whitetail or turkey season? It's not our land. The landlord has rented out the hunting rights. My wife has bought me a ribeye.
Actually, I didn't buy it. I just stole it.
You stole a ribeye.
Oh God, you're gonna have to pay for it if you want.
I ain't paying for shit. It's Black History Month. You mind putting that on thing so it'll thaw real nice?
I was gonna ask.
It's gonna thaw real nice. You want me to cut that chicken now?
Oh,
or you want me to cut that chicken? Take the chicken out now so it'll start to heat because you're gonna cook that tonight, right?
I am. Yes.
Yeah, if you can pull that out, I'll cut up for you and you can start to get down the temperature. Yeah, I know. I'm fantastic. Yeah, and humble. All right, so that's all the super chat questions. Let's go back to the live chat. Bloop. Stolen ribeye tastes better. All right, let's see. All right, what have I missed? Back to email. If I miss any supers, I will periodically check the super chats just to make sure I answer all of them. Do we sell merch? Yes, it's on our website at www.blackbirdcoop.com. Would putting a beehive near your crops boost your vegetable or fruit yield? Probably not. You'd have to have a pretty big operation to need to like import your own pollination with beehive stuff like that. Home garden, not necessary. Love to hear more about how you're planning to incorporate cattle into your business more in the future. Really, the only way we're planning to do that is to raise cattle ourselves. Yes.
Are you having these people watch you do email?
Look at him. I got stuff to do all day, and people keep asking me to do it live, huh?
How about I sit while I eat my lunch and answer their questions with varying degrees of accuracy?
I kind of like that.
Let me get my lunch.
It's not a bad idea, really. You just say whatever the hell you want.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
My lunch.
I want lunch. All right.
Do you want me to heat you up a soup?
What kind of soup?
The soup from last night?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Never mind, I'm going to make lunch. Yes, make some lunch.
The info that scrolls at the top of my site. Yeah, our website's insane. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to my email real quick. The 3X hoodies that say, yeah, that's right. I'm working on that. I have 3 inventions to change the world. About to apply for my patents. How do I get started with my business, please? If they're going to change the world, you need to find yourself a pitch competition and pitch your ideas to rich people and then change the world with them. Yeah, thank you, everybody, so much for the supers and the gifts and all that other good, what you call it? Huh? Assume the answer is no due to preservation concerns, but you're considering at least extending your non-pet treat products to, say, Minnesota. We are working on that, I promise. It's going to cost roughly $1 million for 100 acres in Ohio. Is that enough for a homestead? That is too much for a homestead. So people who buy land tend to underestimate how expensive it is per acre to maintain land well. For most people, 5 acres is too much. With chickens in rich soil and a strawberry farm, if you season the manure properly and under temperature control, yes. Otherwise, you could have a
very serious pathogen breakout that could make people sick or possibly kill them. You have to be real careful with doing your own manure. Anyway, yeah, land is very, 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 very expensive to take care of well. You're going to wind up getting into forestry and grasslands management by default, and the more land you have, the more expensive that fixed cost is going to be. So, if you're looking to start a homestead, like two acres tops, if you got some money, but you can feed yourself pretty damn well on a quarter acre lot, honestly.
What are you having for lunch? I think Gary just went outside to bark at some other dogs.
Okay, hang on one second. I gotta answer some more emails. Okay, yeah. Somebody asked about the Salon de la. I don't know what the hell this is. I went to the Salon d'Agriculture in Paris for the first time. It was fascinating. It's at the end of February, beginning of March in Paris. 2027 should be extra interesting because it's a presidential election year. The Salon is a major stop on the campaign trail. All the candidates must show up and be photographed touching farm animals. That's funny. Other interesting things, lots of kids and friendly stuff, Parisian restaurateurs and old men with hands like baseball gloves. I was about to say, what's a basketball glove? Having passionate discussions about asparagus. This sounds like the most French shit ever. 7 different pavilions, including et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Interesting. I'm gonna have to archive that though. I can't afford to go to no damn Paris. What the hell I look like? Let's see. I gotta buy my own company. No eggs. What? Is my website showing eggs being out of stock? No, it's not. It's interesting. Did I send her the wrong link? No, that's there. What else are you saying ain't there? Yeah, the dog stuff is sold out. The eggs and chicken are there pretty much in unlimited stock. Can you shoot me a screenshot of what you're seeing? Question mark. Oops. What the hell that's all about? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Somebody sent me a picture of their cats. Let's see. Oh, they got 2 cats getting liver treats. Ah, that's adorable. Them cats look expensive. All right, anyway. Broilers for feast. Good morning. Hope you all had a good holiday weekend. For delivery this Thursday, could we please have 200 pounds of whole chickens? Yes, you may. Because you asked so nicely. Thank you, traditional wife, who has brought me food. I call her trad wife every now and then just to drive her crazy. Anyway, let's see. My farm is in Virginia as well. We have cows and pigs for meat, rabbits for cuteness, and chickens for eggs. Would you do meat trades? I could not. I'm not in charge of our inventory. That would drive Mason insane. So no, I'm not going to do that to him. But if I had like a small homestead type thing, I would absolutely do that. How do you deal with that many broody chickens? Our chickens don't. I mean, people are more scared of chickens than they need to be. A broody chicken weighs about 4 pounds. You snatch him by his ass and you have your way with him because what you want to do? You weigh 4 pounds. Go away.
Unless you have toddlers, because then they're an eyeball.
Yeah, unless you have toddlers, then they'll poke your kids' eyeballs out like in that Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But yeah, you just snatching them bitches. With a pink coffee cup that says, "What is it now?" I will absolutely consider that.
Oh my gosh, that would be great.
Mm-hmm. Not good. My wife want to take over and answer questions for her.
I'm not quite ready to take over.
What do you mean you're not quite ready? You told me you were going to take over.
I know, I am.
It's more white lies.
I gotta bring my soup in.
Because white people be lying sometimes.
I'll be right there.
Mm-hmm.
2 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 2 minutes until
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. What are my thoughts on vegetable and fruit farming, particularly with fruit trees? I don't really have an opinion. I don't mess with vegetables commercially just because the perishability is a problem for me. Will we eventually ship to Texas? Eventually, yes. Probably not for at least 2 years. Yeah, vegetables are, extremely perishable. That scares me. Fruit trees, really hard to get fruit orchards established, given climate issues right now. Respond, Sarah. Oh yeah, you'd be able to plow. Hey Sarah, quote, "We got you!" Exclamation point. Chris, Sin, Archive, 200 pounds. Hell yeah. Junk mail, junk mail, junk mail. The bloody hell? Okay. Sphinx cats. Ah. You're a chicken. I'm a 200-pound ape. What you going to do? That is correct. Do we sell our slaughter byproducts as fertilizer? We don't sell them. No. Yeah, selling that stuff is it's kind of a monster, regulatory wise. We need to help the bee population. Oh, good. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, where are we? Oh, it goes so fast.
Yeah, it goes real fast. Good luck. You're gonna get a headache. That's why I'm all cross-eyed like this all the time. I used to be handsome.
Cost, size, complexity of processing facilities and equipment. Not as much as you would think, especially if you have somebody like Mason who knows what they're doing. So pair up with somebody who knows what they're doing.
It's very important to have a Mason.
Thank you for buying his book.
I write good.
Too fast. Oh, so sweet. Thank you, Anna. Hello. We don't ship to Texas because we are currently just licensed to sell the chicken in Virginia, right? We're waiting for that federally inspected processing, and honestly, we have enough
There's going to be a couple
demand.
Of years.
We've got enough demand right now that we're it's staying local. Are we all having chicken? Actually, Chris is having chicken, and we're going to have fried chicken for dinner tonight.
You start shipping Petries to Canada. I'll never say never, but there's no plans for international shipping right now. I feel like the regulations for that would be
I don't know. The only thing I shipped internationally was paper, and we did it kind of under the table. So,
eventually scale it to broiler group stretching across your pasture. How many employees? Our end state business plan has us at around 70 people.
Oh, we're still here. I'm farting around. You didn't miss the live.
AI company, no. Delivery to Maryland house.
Small to medium. How many acres for a small to medium egg farm, Chris? How many acres do you need?
When you cook chicken, do you what? Hang on one second. I'm responding to these first. These people paying. It's crazy. When you cook chicken, do you wash it first? No. What was the other question?
I wash my chicken when I cook it.
Sometimes I don't even know who you are anymore. That's okay. She's been married to a black man long enough. She washed everything now. I trained her good. Her legs all washed. It's crazy. Just smell like flowers. What's your name?
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you. None of your business.
What was the question again?
The question was how many acres for a small to medium egg business?
Depends on your definition of medium. We do our production units of 2,000 hens on a minimum of 13 acres, but we might be bumping it up to 15. So that gives you kind of an idea.
Okay. The shells are thinner probably because she doesn't have as much calcium.
Hi, we live in New Jersey. Late summer or early fall, we need to restock our freezers. Would you deliver to Maryland House? Where is Maryland House?
Oh, that is a big question. I might have to put to Chris.
What is a big question?
Hi, Peebs. A kid finishing up last year of ag business school and wants 300 head of cattle.
What's the question?
I'm not sure how to make that work, maybe.
Who wants 300 head of cattle? How did you capture General Longstreet?
Who's General Longstreet?
Mason.
Oh.
Mason actually does not look like Longstreet. Mason looks exactly like young Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
like disturbingly like young when he was a captain.
Really?
Looks exactly like Mason.
So he's Captain Grant.
He's Captain Grant, and he's not a Confederate, which makes him slightly less racist. So it means it's very difficult for me to make fun of him, and yet it's not. Let's see. I'm missing a bunch of super chats. Let me go to the fan funding chats and make sure I answer all those. So yes, how did I capture General Longstreet? General Longstreet, aka Ulysses S. Grant, aka Mason, was my employee that I found through a very long and strenuous screening process through Indeed after I nearly quit farming in 2021. So yeah, that's how I found him. Just he was applying for a job and was the right guy in the right place at the right time. It's better to be lucky than smart.
We were lucky.
What a lucky wife. I agree.
No, a lovely wife.
Lovely wife.
Lovely.
I meant to call myself lucky. You are also very lucky. I could be much uglier, and yet I am. Let's see.
I think we got all those.
Scale up to. Am I hiring CDL drivers? Not at the moment. No. Yes, you are correct. We got all of those. Ulysses S. Grant is the real MVP.
Any livestock that isn't stupid, mean, or both. I mean, I think cows are actually very sweet.
The sisters must hate you for marrying your wife. No. I mean, some are tempted to, and I don't blame them because there tends to be a lot of RG3, Clarence Thomas. I married a white woman because I hate black women and or hate myself kind of stuff going on. But once people actually talk to her.
I don't think that your mom would have let you do that.
No, my mother would have lit your monkey ass up and mine if there was any of that going on.
I think cows are nice. Cows are nice if they're treated well.
Is there any livestock that isn't stupid, mean, or both? Cows are stupid. They can be mean. That Angus tried to kill me in that trailer.
Then don't get Angus. Get something else.
But Angus are delicious. Stupid, mean, or both? Yeah, no, they're not. They're all one of those, or both. I'm so sorry I keep losing my own comment. It seems so silly, but is the song International Harvester by Craig Morgan just a very bad admission of the closed circuit community of farming? I've never heard that song, but now I'm going to have to listen to it. Need a moderator for haters.
We should get a t-shirt too.
Would I ever do a video collab with Liam
Hater
Layton,
moderator.
aka the Plant Slant? He mentioned you in one of my. I mean, I don't see why not. Sure, he seemed like a nice fella. All right, so I'm going to go back to the regular, not top chat, live chat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Still putting pictures.
Ah.
People who knows.
Oh shit! All right, this person said Maryland House. Now I have to awkwardly ask: do you
Yes,
mean
a hater moderator. I love
a
that
place
idea.
called Maryland House, or do you mean a house in Maryland?
Then get laying hen
Hey there! Exclamation point.
for fun. Don't get cows and potbelly pigs for fun.
Oh, Mason.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Mason.
That's awesome. I love finding someone local, dude squirrel.
We are now on
We do
YouTube
deliver
Live.
to DC right now.
No, you're fine.
I'll pull
What's up?
I think we could. I think we could leave it at the front desk. I think that is perfectly acceptable. Plenty of people have stuff delivered to hotels. I mean, I don't know for this, but I've done it for bridal showers before, so I think that works.
Turkey sales?
Oh, talking himself out of going slow. Yeah, don't try to talk him out. Tell him Farmer
In the last
Chris
90 days?
says don't do it. I agree about the cows. I think they're more intelligent than people give them credit for. We don't know where that shirt came from, though. You'll have to go
What's
through
the
my shirt. I love
what's the
that
time
shirt
frame you're
too.
looking at? Are you looking at it under analytics or the product page or what?
Delivery subscriptions.
Analytics reports. Let me do
Hi, Black Packet.
sales by product.
It's all on the website if you're looking for the subscription stuff. I believe that
Ground
they
turkey.
do gift deliveries too. If they're in the DC area,
Okay,
you
so
can
see
do
ground
that.
turkey.
You might
Let me
just want to
do
coordinate with them,
When did we start
with your
doing
family
it?
members.
We did that
Chickens.
we did that in November.
are a
I'll just
unique
start
sort
it
of
November
dumb.
1st and then move
Yes.
forward to now. Hit
Jersey
apply,
cows are sweet.
and then look for a ground turkey. It says we have
Goats.
sold
Oh
a
my
grand
gosh,
total of
goats.
515
I don't know about
pounds
goats.
of
I heard
ground
once
turkey
that
since,
anything
since we had it.
that water can get through, goats can get through too, and I
Okay.
can't with goats.
Yeah, I think you were just looking at maybe the last quarter or the last month or something. Mason doesn't know how to use computers because he was in the Civil War.
Do you see the Colossal Bioscience Egg Incubator? Oh, I didn't. I'll have to ask Chris when he gets off the phone.
Don't know exactly
I'll
how
ask
many
him.
skills are there for holiday turkeys.
Colossal Bioscience Egg Incubator.
That's going to be in. There's a spreadsheet
Goats
with
are
that.
assholes.
But let me also look at. Hang on. There's a. Ass. Wait.
Oh, I know. The little girl was so cute.
I know. I trust you.
Oh, are mini cows sweet?
Even if you are white. Let's see.
Video showcasing your fellow farmers. Yes, I think that he would do that. I mean, you can see them in his shorts, but I think that Mason and Dan
50 deposits.
have to be okay.
There's a
with being
spreadsheet
on
that's
things.
got all of it. I'll
Dylan says, "Thank you for liberating Vicksburg, Mason."
Mason, you have been the people of YouTube are thanking you for liberating Vicksburg after a long siege. Remember? Yeah, but remember, things got better for you.
Oh, Holsteins. Okay. Pigs are super smart, and they can be
because
sweet.
remember how we said now
I like Berkshires.
Ulysses
Chris
S.
does
Grant,
not
who was
like
a
Berkshires
liberator,
because they're kind of dumb.
as
So I guess we're
opposed to
still
General
stuck on the same thing.
Longstreet,
But as
fought
like far
Union
as
bondage.
relative intelligence goes, I think that Berkshires are smarter than certainly a chicken.
Yeah.
So, and they're very sweet. They just get very, very large. But I liked our Berkshires the best when we had pigs. A pet goat at a university. That is so cool. I love that. We do not sell chicken poop.
Oh, gotcha.
We do raise turkeys for the holidays. Oh, thank you.
You got ants in your pants, don't you?
434 money, like your area code. That's where I'm from. Congrats on getting off. I don't know. I think he's still there. We just don't do as much there. We have he has so many brothers, cousins, or uncles. He's part of the Piscataway tribe in Maryland. So if you are a Savoy, a Harley, a Newman, or a
Savoy, Harley, Thompson, Newman,
Swan,
Queen,
you might be related.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you beige and have one of these last names? We are probably cousins.
Actually, funny story. I found out one of the kids that I teach is his cousin. Because she has a last name from the tribe, and she came up. She was like, "My grandfather's last name was Newman."
Jelly Belly.
Sure, baby. And I looked at her and I was like, "You look like you could be my kid. You look like you could be Chris's kid." And found out, yes, that she was one of Chris's cousins. Can you explain your disdain for Joel Salatin and Polyface Farms? He was required reading. Do you have a 2-sentence sum up for that one? There's so much. There's so much we could say, Bruce.
I can't. I don't have that kind of time. I got to get to these emails. I say the next 5 hours talking shit about that. God, anyway.
He has some articles about it, but long story short, he kind of picked a fight when none was needed to be picked and was kind of racist about it. So Chris took it. I
took it the way it needed to be taken.
Okay.
Look, I wrote a perfectly civil article that ain't had nothing to do with Joel about the economics of small farming for people who don't come from generational wealth. And a lot of people who were in his crowd were like, that black dude is kind of right. And Joel did not appreciate that shit whatsoever. And so he wrote a long essay talking about how I'm black and entitled and how I need to wait and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why did you need to make this about me being black? and so I
So follow-up question, would you ever bare knuckle box Joel Salatin? And I think the answer is yes.
That's not fair. He's an old man. He just died. Like, I wouldn't even fight him. I just make him chase me and just watch him have a heart attack and die. That's what I want to do to the cops. I don't want to fight cops. I want to make them run after me and fail and fall down and die on the power of Jesus or whatever it is that you worship.
I saw a question earlier, Mr. Anxious. I actually started the farm with Chris. Believe it or not, I was actually more handy than Chris when we started out. I had more experience with power tools because I went to art school, but now he is more handy than me. So, and I decided it was not for me for forever.
For forever.
Delicious Birds and Smoker. We do ship King. I'm sorry, it's moving too fast. Chef in Florida. We do ship, but not to Florida. I'm
It's
so
not
sorry.
easy.
Yay! Thank you. I'm on my summer break now, so I'll do it when I get back.
Oh, look, there's
My kid just went, ha ha.
cases. God damn.
Hmm.
What is a case? I don't even sell that shit by the case. God, I'm good and humble.
We have two different stories for what made us decide to start farming.
Yeah, you tell your story. Everybody heard my stupid ass story. I hear your story.
My version of the story is
Let's hear from white people.
Bye, Michael. My version of the story is that Chris was really sick. He hated his job in DC. I loved mine. I ran a gallery. It was so much fun. But Chris hated his job as a contractor and a software developer contractor for the IRS, and we kind of went down the rabbit hole of like getting healthier and tried like eating cleaner and eating all local and blah 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 blah, and it wasn't really working. So we just decided to get out of everything completely, but we felt strongly about the food being a big portion of the equation to getting him feeling better. And so we got out of everything, started the farm on my parents' property, and within 2 weeks, he stopped bleeding out of his asshole. So there's that all over YouTube for you.
Down there.
He carries all his stress in his stomach.
In my asshole.
And in his asshole.
In my asshole.
So now he can eat almost whatever he wants. I think it was all stress related. And here we are. So.
Yeah, I drink milk now just for combat. Yep.
He is a good hubby.
Drink a quart of milk and take my black ass to bed.
Agreed about the IRS.
Put your face under the covers. And then do what I have to. I like to call it the Lord's work. Farting under the covers, that is.
Yeah. Wait.
What?
But you don't, did you just say that you cover me with it?
In my dreams. I would never actually do that to you. That'd be very mean. But in my dreams.
Oh, the one, because she's the oldest and she lived the longest and was just a pretty girl. The Bardrock. Why was it your favorite?
Oh.
She was the smartest.
Yeah, she was smart.
Mm-hmm. She was very smart. She actually recently passed due to congestive heart failure.
Which is why we squashed watermelons between our thighs.
Oh.
Because we just ignored it. She just keeled over and died. I didn't know. I was just like, you're just being hysterical.
I know, silly grown-ups. I need to finish my food so I can go do things.
Huh?
Anal fissures. I don't know if it was an anal fissure.
There were no fissures.
Yeah, but still. Mason still does not have a belt. He also doesn't have a shirt without holes.
Yeah. I think this will fit around Mason's narrow ass waist and keep his pants up.
Ooh,
He got
close.
a narrow waist for a white boy.
It'll be close.
I mean, this, because I'm fatter than Mason. So that almost fits around me. Yeah, I think this fit around Mason real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, like ulcerative colitis, something like
It was
that.
colitis. It wasn't ulcerative.
Colitis.
That one's serious.
Oh, okay. It was colitis.
I just had regular colitis.
Mm-hmm. Yay! I'm in Montana, so I can't get your chickens at the moment. Have you all thought about scaling to a chicken empire that works with small farmers all over the country? Not really, no.
We're thinking about shipping all over the country, but I don't like the hub and spoke. Like that's basically the Vital Farms model. I don't like it.
Okay.
Anti-racist
book recommendations, rereading Slavery by Another Name, stamped from the beginning. Still along those lines. Oh, that is a good book. I've only read a little bit of it, but I've liked the beginning of it so
and
far.
I thought you loved me.
Babe, we have so
But
many
no.
books.
Did you not read the one book I tell everyone to read?
This is his stack.
It's a
just
small
right
stack of
here.
books.
Just right here.
It's a small stack.
Yeah.
Those are the notes.
Love your content and looking forward to seeing if you ship to North Carolina. North Carolina would be sooner than other places, wouldn't it? Or are you going north? No, you're going like up the 95.
42,000 square
Maybe
foot service
North
plaza.
Carolina. Maybe.
Oh, Jesus. Huh? No.
about shipping to North Carolina.
Oh.
Mhm.
Do you do farm tours? No, not at the moment. We're not staffed for it. We're
Mhm.
scared to death of biosecurity issues.
Mm-hmm.
How
Not a
big of a
huge trip.
turpin? I'm not big into college sports.
Ew, college sports.
I mean, not
No, they're
you, just
fun.
I just don't care.
Yeah. International. Oh my gosh. Why would we do that?
Shit, because people need chicken
Okay.
in Africa.
All right.
Where are you? Are you in Africa? They probably need chicken in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Are you being racist towards the Africans?
No.
Are you sure? Sometimes you don't know.
Mostly. Oh, yeah. It was just a joke. I don't actually put raisins in my potato salad. Oh my
You
gosh.
had we bought those raisins just for that.
Specifically.
And it took forever to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, they were. My favorite
People thought
fiction
you were
books
insane.
are horror books, except for Grady Hendrix, but that is
Can
for
you
a
ship
whole nother
shirts
thing.
and stickers to Canada? I don't
Ooh.
think they do at the moment. Printful, we have a
Mm.
third party that does that, and I
Okay.
don't know if they do international.
It seems like something they should do. Can we get a video about Mason's war stories?
The reasons on the first day of Shiloh, we saw the rebels come out of the forest line. There was a ziz and the zizzle of all the bullets flying by. The 52 caliber mini ball had just been introduced.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Men died
Edit.
like flies.
Jamie, are you from the Virginia area? I know some Pettits.
Some what now?
Um,
My dearest Gwendolyn. Oatmeal chocolate chip is better, I agree. Sweet potato pie, 100%. I make a very good sweet potato pie, if I can say so myself. You make a sweet potato pie that's so good. My aunt stole it from a charity event. That was crazy. She made like 12 of these damn pies for this like powwow charity event thing we did. I think like the year we started the farm. And you made like 12 of them. And then I see my Aunt Lonnie with her fake eyebrows that are like drawn on like this. So she always looked like everybody has farted. And she's like this, stealing the pies, like trying to sneak them into my dad's truck. And I'm like, Aunt Lonnie, what are you doing? She turned around and she's like, don't you worry about what I'm doing over here, boy. And she had like 3 pies like this.
Are we going to any Washington football games this year? I don't know. Fire medic, you got some tickets you want to give us?
No, because that stadium's falling down and kill people.
Oh
It
no! Okay.
almost killed Jalen Hurts a couple years ago. Remember that? Like the whole freaking like thing came down, almost crushed his fat head.
I don't know.
And he wasn't wearing his helmet neither.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yes, we figured out how to go live recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, deliveries to the Hampton Roads area happens. Yeah. Oh wait, does it? Yes.
No.
No. Sorry, not yet. There's talk of it.
Yeah, we were going to set up a distribution center in Richmond, but YouTube pet treats. We had to.
We're definitely not. We don't have any roosters, so none of our eggs are viable. We couldn't sell eggs to hatch even if we wanted to.
How much would you charge on Patreon to research water issues in California, the wonderful company, and make a video? I'm not someone you want to pay to do research. I just kind of absorb information as I need to conduct my business, but I'm not a professional researcher. You do not want me paid to do that.
Have you at least finished your soup?
Hell no, I ain't finished my soup. I'm a very busy man.
I was trying to
I'm an
take
empty
this
shell of
off
man.
your hands for 15 minutes so you could do something.
You
I
tried to
gotta-
colonize my YouTube,
I did. But
where once the
With
commentary
love.
flowed free with love. You did it for my own good.
I did it for your own
Kill
good.
the Indian and save the man. This is how you people are. My anxiety soars like eagle. Anyway, it's pretty difficult.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do get bothered by PETA or other
Mm.
animal activists. Mainly they flag him online a lot. Uh-huh. The James Baldwin book, this one is Go Tell It on a Mountain, which I really like. We also have The Fire Next Time floating around somewhere
It's
here.
right behind you.
It
Oh,
used to be
my
right
bad.
behind
You
there.
pointing at the desk. I forgot we were live. I'm very bad at this.
Ah.
Is love another name for smallpox blankets? Yes, that is correct. How dare you?
I should get that on a shirt.
Call
People be
me.
like, oh, what the fuck?
Some white lady with a blanket. Are you cold? Hey, nah. I'm not cold at all. You can fuck off. Thank you.
Ah.
It's funny because it's smallpox. Let's see.
Is a single-family, first-generation farm a precursor to an estate farm? Should we strive for only co-op owned, or are there more important things?
Okay, so yes.
Yes to everything. Yes, just
So-
the answer is yes.
The single the estate farming is basically like the idea that a farm is centered around a family on a private plot of land that is passed from generation to generation. Anything that isn't that tends to be better. It doesn't lock your kids into a fate. Like I said, like my kids have no expectations or pressure to like take over the family farm, because the farm, like Annie's not even involved in it anymore. Like we set ours up like a law firm. It doesn't have to be a co-op. For a lot of reasons, I actually don't like co-ops. I think co-ops are a specific solution to a specific problem set. I think co-ops are good for established estate farmers who want to decouple from a relatively exploitative processing and distribution middle. So if you don't want to sell to Cargill anymore, or basically any of the big aggregators and integrators or whatever, then forming a co-op is a really good way to do that. And it works better for established farms because best practices are established in larger, more established farms. In small farms, co-ops tend not to work so well because everybody's special. They want to do things their way. This farm needs livestock dogs. This farm wants to use geese. This farm doesn't want to use anything. This farm wants to raise pigs in the woods. This farm wants to raise pigs in the bottom of the goddamn ocean. Like, everybody's so damn special. You cannot establish parity pricing at all. So you wind up with a situation where your lowest cost producer is doing the most selling. They wind up carrying everybody else with them. There's a lot of resentment and bullshit, and it falls apart. So things tend to be better, and I talk about this extensively in the book. It tends to be better to find someone who is your agriculture expert, and they grow out. Like, they set the standards that whoever you bring into your fold follows, whether they're employees, whether they're contract farmers, or whatever the hell they are. And then you have other partners that focus on things like distribution, marketing, business development, all that other stuff. So starting with a small family farm is fine. Just be aware that as you grow, you're going to want to be prepared for something other than, my kids are going to get involved and inherit this one day, because maybe they don't want to, maybe they resent it, maybe you become one of those old farmers that can't let go, and then your kids are 50 and they're like, I would like to do something with my life, please. There's a lot of that in farm country. Any good resources for finding farms like mine outside of my area? Look up blackfarmersindex.com. That's about as good of resources as I can think of.
All right. I can't wait out your soup. I got to go do things. Next time we're going to do this in reverse. Next time I'm going to answer your emails so you can do this, because I didn't help you at all.
Sure you did. You're adorable. You probably made me money. Exploiting white people to make money on the internet.
Right.
On the internet. Exploiting white people to make money on the internet. On the internet.
All right, friends. I need to go clean the downstairs.
Such a good
I
wife.
can't even take your soup bowl because you're not done with it yet. Do you want me to close the door?
No.
I'm going to have both girls downstairs, so hopefully we won't be too loud.
Mm.
All right, look at me.
Now, got it. Good joke. Mm. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta answer some more emails. It's pretty difficult to set a specific time to deliver. A place where we can't just leave the order, like at a house. Do you know anyone that lives in Maryland that might be able to receive for you? Question mark. Probably not. But let's see what happens. West Virginia. Do you have any plans to expand to the Charleston, West Virginia area? Hi, Heather. We're planning to expand to nationwide delivery, hopefully fully within the next 2 years. Please stay tuned.
It's barely outside of Northern Virginia.
I know, but it might as well be on the moon.
Okay.
Yeah. Send. Archive. Amazon Business. Go away. What is that? Junk mail. Go away. Shirt sizes. Ooh. All right. What's all this then? Have you seen any co-ops do JVs with people specifically trying to develop JVs? What's a JV? Can we get a video of you running a 5-minute mile? No, I will never do that again because last time I did it, I threw up all over the place. I'm too old for that shit now. I might do a video of me running a 6-minute mile. Let's see. Can we see my dog? I don't know where my dog is. She's probably pissing on my floor somewhere.
She's about to come back. I'm going to feed her.
Ah, joint venture. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that original question. And I've lost it. Somebody lost a chicken farm. I'm sorry, Death Scythe.
Maybe.
What is my skincare routine? None. What? The best skincare routine is to be black. Nobody knows how much oil comes out my pores. Let's see. Lori, just another fan with what is likely a dumb question. I noticed some of the shirts don't offer sizes exceeding 3XL while others go up to 5XL. Are all the shirts printed on demand to avoid excess inventory? Yes. If so, can any of the shirts that do not have the option, etc., etc.? Okay, I will. Hello, Lori. Lori probably got 2 old bitties and needs a bigger shirt to fit them. I understand. I'm a very sympathetic man. Save the titties. Anyway, let's see. Hi, Lori. I'll be happy to do just that. We do, in fact, use a print-on-demand service for our clothing. I'll try to get that taken care of before the end of the week. Smiley face. Creel. Send. Archive. Good. I'm almost through today's emails. Oh, good. I'm through today's emails. Now on to yesterday. Archive. Archive. Okay, what's this? Have you, excuse me, have you ever considered doing a pay it forward type thing, like people too far away but want to support could buy gifts of Christian products to those in range but unable to purchase? That is basically what our mutual aid program is. So if you go to www.blackbirdcoop.com and hit the give mutual aid button, that is pretty much exactly what that is. Farmers don't have time for skincare routines. That is correct. But to be fair, I'm not really a farmer anymore. I don't really do, like, the last farming I did was last year, where I was running one of the chicken tractors. These days, excuse me, I'm pretty much exclusively sales, business development, distribution, logistics. I'm basically the business bitch. Hydroponic, aeroponic, aquaponic. I don't have a huge opinion on them. I don't really work in plants. Yeah, not really my expertise. Why do I look like a Peaky Blinder? It's the hat and the mustache. I wish I had razor blades in my peak so I could blind people with my peak. But alas. Did I study business? Did I study to be a business bitch, or is it all self-taught? I took a lot of business classes in college with my undergrad. I didn't minor in business. I minored in art history, believe it or not. But I took a lot of business classes. And I've read a lot of like MBA textbooks. So I know enough to be dangerous and not get taken advantage of, but I wouldn't call myself an expert. Excuse me. Are you going to write a second book or revise your first book? I will definitely revise the first book at some point. I'm probably probably after we go federal, I've also considered writing something of like a farm memoir, like what it was like going from not farming, going from tech, jumping into small farming, learning everything the hard way, all the stupid shit that went wrong along the way, and how we got to where we are. So yeah, at some point I'll write it. I'll definitely write it. I love to write. It's like one of the things I think I'm actually truly good at is writing. So yeah, I'll do that at some point. Is there a way to get a physical copy beyond Amazon? I don't fuck with Amazon. I totally understand. But Amazon was the only one that was allowing me to cost effectively get a print edition out. If you can live without a physical copy, there is an ebook that is not through Amazon. It's through Stan, and that is in my bio. The name of my book is First Generation Farming. Look for the author, Chris Newman. Appreciate you, Captain Doe. Make sure I haven't missed any of the super chats real quick. The Pay It Forward one. Good resources for Friday. Yeah, that's the Black Farmers Index one. Yeah, I think we got all the super chat ones. Okay, good. Didn't want to miss anybody. Let's go back to live. What's the last good movie I watched? Actually, just watched Dracula: A Love Story. I like it. I wouldn't say it's great, but I was entertained. The best movie that I've seen, like the most entertained I've been by a movie in recent history, was Top Gun Maverick. Believe it or not, like I thought that was a fun fucking movie. But recently, I haven't seen a lot of movies lately. I just watched I forget the guy's name. He's got that complicated African name. And not Chiwetel Ejiofor. The guy that was in Moonlight. Damn it, what is his name? He was in a movie with Viggo Mortensen. And it might have been called like The Green Book or something like that. And it was fine. It was a little basic, but whatever. Was it Green Book? Okay. Mahershala Ali, that's his name. Yeah, Green Book was fine. It ended suddenly, almost like they just like ran out of money or something. But yeah, I don't know. I can't say I've seen any like really good movies lately. Sent me a video on Patreon. I'll take a look at that as soon as I can. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Green Book was like I enjoyed the dynamic between the two main actors. I did not think it was particularly well written. Again, especially the ending. Yeah, like it was fine. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. How do we fix co-op financing? Might need to be a little more specific on that. Is that a Piggly Wiggly shirt? No, this is a Satriali's Sopranos shirt that my mother-in-law got me. Just curious, is there any chance you plan to expand delivery to Frederick County, Maryland? Hi, Kate! Exclamation point. At the moment, we're able to ship everything but eggs to where you are. We're still looking into a solution for shipping eggs that doesn't result in UPS smashing them to bits. Please stay tuned, smiley face. For real. Bloop. Next. Timmy! My name is Kim. I've seen a bunch of your YouTube shorts. Really digging what y'all are doing in Operation Method, sending debunking misinformation. I live outside of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Cancer running in membership of Lou. That was someone could lend a helping hand some other way. Don't give my hopes up. All right. Love you to death, buddy. But yeah, it's not really much. We're good. Let's see. If I love you doing, that's real nice. Thank you. Who's next? Junk mail. Who this? Okay, what? If you're looking for UPS not to smash things, you have to blanket the entire package in fragile stickers. I might try that. We did put fragile stickers on like one side of it, but maybe that wasn't enough. All right, did I miss any other super chats? What did I miss? Nope. No, I got them all. Progressive insurance will only work with people with fewer than 3 hands. Do not. You do. I think Progressive might be one of the worst insurance agencies on the planet. It's terrible. If you can get any kind of like Farm Bureau insurance, they've been a dream to work with for the most part. It kind of depends on who your agent is. But I have never been disappointed by Farm Bureau. They're super easy to work with. They don't mess with you. The entire package. Hello, my name is Opal. I worked on a flower medicinal herb farm in Northern California for 13 years until I moved back to New York to take care of my old ass parents. We grew garlic through drought resistant flowers for braiding, tons of medicinals, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These many people return pictures. Oh, that's real nice. Your content is a new discovery that has saved my fucked up soul and has encouraged me to fight back in a country where I was ready to give up. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. Yes, never ever give up. As I always like to say about Black people, this is not our first apocalypse. We're going to be just fine. As long as you don't curl up in a ball and die. Let's see. That one, that's fine. Junk mail. I have 700 emails left. Okay, that's fine. Junk mail. No one criticizing my website design. Y'all just don't know. Let's see. Anyway. Wasn't planning on curling up in a ball. That's good. Don't curl up in a ball and die. You're going to have a bad time. Is there anything you miss from working on the farm day to day? Yes. Yeah, I miss it a lot. Yeah, I love working with animals. Like I like sorting animals, checking after their health, like all that good stuff. Like I love the day to day, like, and I love the physicality of it. Like and that's one thing that's kind of going to be missed is that as we've got more money and we're trying to open up jobs to people who are like less athletic and, you know, trying to make the jobs more accessible. Some things are getting automated. So like feed is getting automated, watering is getting automated. Some of the moving of the animals on pasture is going to start getting automated, mostly to save people's backs. But in the good/bad old days where you're doing everything by hand, like it was a great way to stay in really good shape. You know, it was nice. Like I just like to be outdoors and lifting heavy shit and you know, testing your endurance and all that other stuff. So now, you know, I'm in the gym like 6 days a week, but back then you didn't have to worry about it because everything was heavy and it was a job that was going on all the time. So yeah, I do miss that. Somebody sent a $20 super chat. Let me check my super chats to see what I done missed. Let's go back. I see one, the level of comedy and conscious content that comes from this channel makes you want to keep laughing but never farm. That is the correct way to feel. Yes. I'm looking for another $20 super chat. I thought I got all of them. I do not see another $20 super chat. Still do not see another $20 super chat. Let me scroll back down. Do I have an Instagram page also? I used to, and then I got banned. So, no, I do not have an Instagram page. It's probably what's about to happen to me on TikTok. I don't see any other $20 super chats. I must have missed something. Let me go back down here. Hello in France. I want to visit France, but I'm scared because I've heard Parisians are rude as hell. Let's see. I don't want to punch a French person. What are my thoughts on getting people from different backgrounds talking again? Ban the internet. And I'm like only halfway kidding about that. Like, I don't know. Some about the internet has people just like reciting memes at each other and not talking, which is very unfortunate. Rural France. Yeah, I heard rural France is nice. I'm going to go to rural France. I need to stay away from Paris. I heard it's stinky and everybody's mean and rude. I hear that country-ass French people are kind of cool. Do you ever go to the farm to yeet chickens for the sake of yeeting chickens? If I had time, absolutely, but I don't have time. Yes, I was banned from Instagram because I don't know what it is about Instagram, but there were a lot of like just straight up white supremacists on Instagram, and they would come into my comments saying stuff, and I would say stuff back to them, and I got banned. So, you know, that's how that happened. Do you have any recommendations for learning about running a business online? Art, though, not farm related, so maybe more general. Just like business administration in general. There's a book by an author whose name I do not remember called the E-Myth Revisited. I like that book as an administration book. For books about like customer service and stuff like that, Setting the Table by Danny Meyer is really good. Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Giarda is really good. Or Guidara, I think is his name. Well, my favorite thing for business administration is just like buy textbooks from MBA courses. Like a lot of good like general business books just in college syllabi. You're gonna have to shell out a couple $100 to get them usually, but they're worth it. Hey Chris, love the YouTube channel. If you could play devil's advocate, why would someone buy peacocks other than for the novelty of it? Agritourism. Like if you had a no shit aviary and you were running like a tourism farm, then you almost need peacocks because kids go nuts over them. So there's like a good business reason to have them, but if you're running a commercial farm, like if you're like me and you're not like public oriented, then it makes no sense whatsoever. But tourism and looky-looishness, they print money. They're worth the hassle. Let's see what else we got here. There's a super chat just came up. Any recommendations for local Virginia mutual aid other than me? RVA Community Fridges is a big one that we work with. Richmond Food Not Bombs does a lot of stuff. Matchbox Mutual Aid. Mad RVA. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Just missed something that said, "Can you eat peacock?" You can eat anything with nipples. Let's see. What is the thing? Harvard and Stanford. I think it's Harvard that has free online business courses. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Harvard. You have any books you'd recommend to a pan-privileged white guy surrounded by relatively bigoted friends and family? See if they'll read this. They might. Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. All right, hang on 1 second. I gotta check some more emails. I heard on your stream that you might be shipping nationally soon. Start a cooking channel. Would love to use some of your products from California. Love Hindi Farms. Oh, that's real nice. Well, thank you. Let's see, who's next? Merch question. Chris and team, big fan from Northern Virginia. I heard on your live stream that you do print on demand for your merch. I was wondering if that sweatshirt could be made with the design on the back instead of the front. I suppose it could. Let's see. Hey, Jason. I suppose it could. I'll shoot that idea over to my partner that handles all that stuff and get back to you. Thanks. Smiley face. Creel. GF. Farmers in my area. Ooh, that's a long one. This is supposed to be a quick inquiry. It turned out not to be. Can you recommend farmers in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey area whose business practices, etc., contribute to long-term growth of small farms? I have a few farmers markets near me, but question some of the product's origins. What is a good resource to ensure I'm making educated choices that can support small farms? Okay, that's the main question now. Okay. Hell yeah. Let's see. Black Farmers Index. Where's the actual index? There's the index. Region 2, Pennsylvania. I'm going to copy that. I'll close that. What's your name? Gretchen. Hey, Gretchen. Thanks for reaching out. The best I can do, I'm going to get to super chats in just a second. Give me 1 second. The best I can do for recommendations in your area is the Northeast. Region 2 of Black Farmers Index. Thanks so much for your kind words about our work and operations over here. Please take care and be well. Smiley face. Creel. Send. Archive. All right, what am I missing here? Oh, Jesus. All right, hold on. Oh, thank you, Jana. Do you think the CIA traffics drugs? I don't know if they do now, but I know they used to. Let's see. Any recommendation for, answer that one. Answer that one. Answer that one. Who is here? First generation farmer here in West Virginia. Virginia just finished most of the construction years. Everything built here has required a second contractor to fix it. Yeah. How do you handle construction contracts? So I've got this is why having partners is great. My agriculture director, Dan, who you might have seen in a couple of my videos, this guy who looks like Adam Sandler. He has experience with that stuff. That's why he's the ag director. He deals with building, and same with Mason. So the unsatisfying answer to that is I have partners who are good at the stuff that I don't know how to do. In terms of handling construction contracts, if you have a business, you should absolutely have a lawyer and an accountant. If you have a general business lawyer, hopefully they're working with a firm that'll have somebody who is versed in creating contracts, or at least reviewing contracts. If you're if your contractor presents you with one, to make sure you're not getting hosed or there isn't something in there. So yeah, rely on experts. If you have a farm, if you have a business, you should absolutely have an attorney that you can afford stuff like that too, so you can get their expertise on it. Because that's kind of what I do. Anything I don't know, I punt to somebody else who's an expert. I plan to start buying your dog treats. I hope you reach your goals. Nice to see a black man of excellence. Excellence. Who's entirely himself, perhaps too much myself, and knowledgeable. And thank you so much. Appreciate you, Adrian. Any advice for shit? What did I just miss? Oops. Hold. Greetings from Arkansas. Love your content. I myself miss working around the farm before I lost my leg. Damn! I worked at a co-op for 15 years. I'm sorry you lost your leg. But the cool thing is, you might get to kind of look like a pirate. If I lost my leg, I would have a peg leg and I would wear an eye patch and I would just be a pirate. I would own that shit. Right after I got over the emotional trauma. And not a minute sooner. Chris, I ordered a hat and my big ass head don't fit into it. I specifically got that type of hat because it was the biggest one they offered. Any 3X? Yeah, that's right. Hoodies and shirts. Not yet. Would it be possible to do a live with Mason or one of your other partners so you could ask them questions as well? Yes, absolutely. As soon as I can get Mason to sit his white ass still, which is very difficult, I will try. All right, let's see. Next email. West Coast Consumers Affiliated Networking ? Were I in your area, I'd be throwing money at you for eggs and chicken. Sadly, I am not. I get to enjoy your content. It seems you're building a network of farms in your area doing the same. But even so, with your million followers like me, most of us can't buy from you or them. I am paying that premium at $9 a dozen for eggs that turn out to be marketed to people like me, but delivering factory farm eggs with happy pictures of fake families on them with fake orange egg yolks. Damn. He knows what he's talking about. As I sit here pondering the 2 eggs I have left in my fridge, I see an opportunity for someone like you to solve a problem we share. Not to bore you, I've attached a prompt you can toss on the AI of your choosing. Taking their language and over certification standards. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that in a minute. Let's see. That one's junk mail. Junk mail. Oh, who did I miss? I missed somebody's order. 31-125. Let me check on that. Somebody can't find this shit. Let's see what it is. Oh no, this one was delivered. No, thank you, my love. A very small child has sent me something. It's my daddy's mail. It's my daddy's wife's mail. That's junk mail. That's junk mail. Yeah. Who? I will get my damn eggs to New York as soon as I can. I promise. There's more junk mail. My insurance company, what the hell y'all want? You better not be wanting money. I paid y'all $2,000 this month already. Your policy has recently changed, effective 5/12/2026. Delete driver. Who the hell are we deleting? Delete somebody. Fuck it. All right. Yeah. Don't need that. Next. Mail call. TFG Tech. For some reason, my damn brother still has this listed as his house. Send that to him. Oh, good. More insurance mail. Soft-boiled eggs. All right, what the hell is this? Make sure that got paid just because I'm paranoid. Let's see. What is this? Oh, look. It's Okra Magazine. It's the magazine that I keep getting for some reason about Southern culture that features no black people. Congratulations. Go to hell. Let's see. Next. For my daddy. Junk. Do I plan on getting guard donkeys? No. Thank you so much for my goat gift. I appreciate you. I just want to say thank you for your support of trans folks and women's choices with their body. Your content is hilarious and informative, and you are greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. What the hell is this? Oh, tax return document. Why am I getting tax return documents after the tax deadline? What the shit is this? Right, looks like my accountant's problem. What's next? Oh, Lord. My college wants money. Delivered to Alexandria, Virginia. Yes, every single week. Sometimes twice a week. Celebrating the class of 2026. Why do I keep getting stuff from the College of Behavioral and Social Sciences when I was not in the College of Behavioral or Social Sciences? Will I renew my support? No, kiss my ass. I don't know who you are. Go away. Anyway, I'm going to check on this real quick. Oh, no, it wasn't an IRS notice. That was my stock brokerage. This big ass chest. Yes, we are like 20 minutes from Dahlgren. Yep. All right, make sure this insurance payment is done. I remember paying this, but make sure they got it. Log in. Stop it. Which one is this? Who? Okay, hold on. Not now. You think it was British? Oh, God damn it, why? Damn two-factor authentication. Any advice on finding local farms and organizations worth supporting for folks too far from you? Yes, blackfarmersindex.com. Am I leaving TikTok for real? I'm not leaving TikTok. I'm just not going to be posting any new real content over there because I'm getting sick of them deleting my post for no damn reason. 132441. Okay. Do bears eat chickens? Yes. So yeah, not leaving TikTok, not deleting my account or nothing, but not much interesting is going to be going on over there for a bit. 1744562. Hurry up. What the hell? I'm gonna have to see what the hell is going on here. Where is it? There it is. Thinking of doing a story on the history of farming in America. Would love to interview. Do I do collabs? Occasionally, yes. Email me at chris@blackbirdcoop.com. All right, let's see. Where is it? VAFB. There it is. Blackbird insurance policies. Why me? Let's see. What I miss? Shame by bear. That is 1744562. Okay. That was fine. Hold. Hold. What firearms do you recommend for predators? 410 shotguns are really good. Hold on a second. Yeah, what the hell? That is paid, but being marked as canceled here. Why me? Why? So yeah, 410 shotgun's really good. Stay away from pistols. Can't hit the broadside of a barn with them, especially when varmints are moving quick. Yeah, basically small gauge shotguns, Mossbergs, Berettas, anything between a 410, like you don't need anything huge, like a 12 gauge, even a 20 gauge is fine. Okay, let's see what the hell's going on here. Brandon. All right. Anyway, what would you recommend livestock advice on dealings with someone who just wants to set up a small homestead? Someone wants to set up a small homestead. I mean, chickens, rabbits, stuff that's low maintenance, easy to deal with. Nothing fancy, nothing that needs to see a vet. That kind of thing. Anyway, it's 12:42. Y'all, I need to go to lunch. And check in on my people at the shop. Appreciate everybody being here. Y'all be good. We will do this again very, very soon. Take good care, and I have no idea how to end this. So I'm just gonna close my browser. Bye-bye. Wait, there we go. End stream. Bink.